I'm Ron Upperman from Leroy Jenkins Limited, co-founder from Plainfield, New Jersey. Started the company back in 2005 with floral hoodies, and then extended it to floral hats and shorts. Kind of started the movement of the floral movement. Our clothes are worn by celebrities like Jay-Z and Black Thought from The Roots. So the name Leroy Jenkins came from, it was a joke that my partner and I and a bunch of other people in this art department that I worked in, and it was like the way to make light of any like off-colored joke. So if like there's white people in the art department and they started making fun of someone, like one of the other black people would be like, "Oh, you must be talking about Leroy Jenkins." It was like just a way to, you know, kind of ease out of any tension. So when we were thinking of names for the company, I mean, I didn't really want to use my partner's name. He didn't want to use my name, but we wanted to use a name. We wanted to have like some kind of persona, like a Ralph Lauren or, you know, Tommy Hilfiger. So we chose Leroy Jenkins. I got my start in art, I mean, at a young age, and then I went to school in Philadelphia at the Art Institute of Philadelphia. I went for animation and realized within my first year that I really didn't like animation. So from there, one of my close friends was in fashion design. She taught me how to sew, forced me to like fix my own clothes because I would have her do it. And then once she got tired of doing that, she, you know, taught me how to do it myself. So from there, my first job was at a clothing company, licensing clothing company, doing t-shirt graphics for cartoons like Nickelodeon and Disney and Power Rangers, like all kinds of, like whatever you see on TV, I was designing t-shirts for that. From there, went to work at Echo Unlimited. And right after Echo, that's when I started Leroy Jenkins in 2005. The inspiration behind my work is pretty much everything I see. I like to travel, so I pull from wherever I go. Every place I travel, I try to find, you know, something that I can bring back here and, you know, express that to the people who are fans of my work. I've traveled to Brazil, been to Costa Rica, been to Paris a bunch of times. I have good friends in Paris. Been to Spain, Canada, all over the United States. Well, we've just released a couple of collaborations. We just did one with Mark McNary, who is, this year was named Fashion Designer of the Year by GQ magazine. We have one coming up in the next couple of months with my friend's store out of South Africa called Unknown Union, which is going to be our floral hats, or partial floral hat with their African fabrics. I'm working on a denim jacket collaboration with my friend from GPPR, good guy, my boy Bam Barcena, who I used to work with at Echo. Right now, those are the only collaborations we have coming up. Growing up in Plainfield, this is the city that made me. So everything that I do now is kind of based around, you know, how I grew up. I mean, being a young black male in Plainfield, it's the whole town is full of young black males. So it wasn't like it wasn't any hard decision to like figure out, all right, this is what I wanted to do. I mean, as far as like skating, when I grew up, it was a little harder because there wasn't too many black skaters. I mean, I live 2 blocks from South Plainfield, so a lot of my friends I used to skate with live in South Plainfield. But I mean, on these few blocks right here, it was me and my friends skating. I think once I got out of Plainfield, I think that's a lot of things. That's something that a lot of people need to, you know, do, is get out of where you grew up and then come back to it, because you start learning more from people that you probably wouldn't hang out with if you only stood in the same place all your life. We definitely want to do more in women's fashion, but I mean, basically we are pretty much a menswear line. Being that we use mostly florals and a lot of, you know, intricate patterns, it kind of grabs at, you know, women's attention. So I mean, we plan on doing more women's, but right now we're just focused on doing menswear. We have a lot of women who buy the men's stuff, like the hats, and we made floral hoodies for women maybe like 5 years ago. So when we put these few items that are, I mean, considered unisex out, we got a lot of attention from women saying, oh, you should make more women's stuff. Mm-hmm. So from there, we started making handbags and shorts and skirts, and then scaling our t-shirts down to like an extra small so that women can wear those too. But it's pretty much the demand for it is why we started making women's stuff. We initially wanted to make floral more masculine. So I feel like we have a good eye as far as what kind of floral we pick, so it doesn't look too femme. And I mean, it makes it so that everybody wants to wear it. We kind of started, both my partner and I, we have a skate and street art background, so we're not kind of pinned into one kind of genre. So we make clothing that we want to wear and that our friends want to wear, and that's pretty much how we got started and how we push our clothing out to the market. One of our taglines is "Made by Friends." Our clothing is made by friends, so it's like all of our friends have some kind of line. We get our clothes from them; they get our clothes. I feel like I surround myself with all kinds of people. I mean, mostly creative people, just because that's the nature of my business and what I do as a hobby also. But I'm friends with bankers. I'm friends with, just anybody who's cool, anybody who's just down, who's chill, who's not coming into a place and killing the vibe. I'm down with everybody. The biggest challenge has been separating creative time from business time, because it's hard to be in one frame of mind where you have to design, and then have to switch it at the drop of a hat just to yell at someone for not paying the bill or to ship out stuff, or it's just balancing creative to business side. I mean, that's pretty much because both my partner and I were both creative side. I mean, I'm more business side than he is, but we need someone who's and they're just business minded. My father, he was an artist. He got a football scholarship to go to North Carolina Central, but if he didn't go there, he was going to go to Parsons in the city for art. So I remember growing up and him teaching me how to draw a running Indian, because he was in the Cowboys and Indians back when he was younger. So the first thing I learned how to draw was a running Indian, and then from there I kind of went from figured out other things I wanted to draw. I feel like I do come from a extensively creative family. My mother, she sews a lot. She makes Raggedy Ann dolls, and she's been making those since I was before I was born. She makes everybody in the family Easter baskets every year, from scratch. She'll make them look like a bunny or a duck or whatever animal. I like to build stuff. So my uncle, he's crazy builder. Yeah, my parents built the deck. That's kind of where I figured out I wanted to build the fire pit for my family, is just because my uncle's really good with his hands. So there's a bunch of creative people in my family. Oh yeah, my sister too. She went to school for fashion merchandising and worked for Urban Outfitters for a while. She knows how to put things together really well. She also makes jewelry. Future goals, I want to get it to the point where it's sustaining itself. We have a nice size showroom, either in Jersey City where I live now or in Manhattan somewhere. I want to open my own factory. So right now I'm slow build to starting to buy sewing machines and then hire someone to come in, and then from there I just want to be self-sufficient. I want us to be able to make everything and sell everything in-house. I don't have to go overseas to do anything. I don't have to go to, even factories in the States, I don't want to have to go to them. I want it all to come right from us. Do it the same way that, Uniqlo does it, the way Old Navy does it, the way IKEA does it. That's why their prices are so low, because they own the factories and they own their stores. So I want to be able to do that with Leroy Jenkins. It's mostly online, but we sell it to karmaloop.com. We sell it to Burn Rubber, which is a store in Detroit. It's a pretty big store. Bodega in Boston. Black Rainbow in Paris. A lot of smaller boutiques, but we're starting to grow. Soon we should be in Urban Outfitters. I feel like my clothes say that it's freeing and it's easy to like approach me. It's not anything confrontational. We don't. I mean, most of our T-shirt graphics they have some kind of social design, like a social how you say it, like we kind of cover some social issues with some of our graphics. So, but they're not like over the top, like offensive. They're not, crazy in your face. It's just kind of shedding light on certain issues that we have in society. I mean, with the floral, it's like a universal thing. Everybody, can relate. I mean, everybody has seen flowers or get flowers like at special times in their lives. So the floral is just cool colors, nice patterns, very wearable. But as far as like T-shirt graphics that touch on social things, like we did an Uber N-word shirt, which is, I mean, pretty much super nigger. Like that's based on, lyrics. As far as going to an art field, I'd say just jump into it. I mean, you have to listen to people to a certain extent, but if this is what you really want to do, you're not going to be happy doing anything else. So you might as well just do it. And even if it's, you're doing it on the low, like you're not really telling too many people your plans. Because, I mean, you start telling people your plans, then they're the ones that's going to discourage you from doing it. So if you just do it, show them that you became successful in it, and then they have nothing else to say but, hey, good for you, you did it. I mean, I'll say just do it. I'm Upperman, co-founder of Leroy Jenkins Limited, and you're watching PCTV.